What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about whether FSG, the Liverpool owners, will sack Jurgen Klopp this season if results don't improve. Also, are Liverpool in permanent decline? That's what we are searching the answers for. But first, let me tell you that Liverpool are in such a bad place partly because of the owners, and it bothers me to see some people saying that Jurgen Klopp should get sacked. He's the last person that Liverpool should sack at the moment, because in my opinion Jurgen Klopp is an absolute genius who is working miracles on a shoestring budget compared to the other top 6 clubs. So Liverpool won the Champions League in 2019. Since then Liverpool's net spend is £22 million, and let's compare it to the other big clubs. Arsenal spent 376 million a net spend. In total they spent almost 500 million. Liverpool spent 241 million. And let's compare it to even Tottenham, who built a new stadium worth £1 billion. They even spent 472 million in the transfer market. Net spent 336, 22 million for Liverpool, more than 300 million for Tottenham and Arsenal. Chelsea, 600 million pounds spent, 270 million net spend. Absolutely staggering numbers. Man United spent more than 600 million as well. Their net spend is actually the highest, 473 million pounds. And also Man City spent 554, but they sold a lot of players, so their net spend is actually the lowest after Liverpool, 193 million pounds. We stood still and all the other teams have caught up with us, except Man City, who were probably ahead of Liverpool anyway. And also after a historic season, revenue-wise, Liverpool got almost 600 million pounds in revenue last season. We only spent net 4.5 million pounds. 4.5 million pounds net spend for this summer. And Liverpool are expected to challenge Man City for the title and the Champions League. It's absolutely staggering what the FSG, the owners, are doing, and I think this Liverpool fan is spot on the Reddit forum that FSG don't care about Liverpool being the best team in Europe or even the best team in England. They want maximum return for minimum investment. They are businessmen, so they are not Liverpool fans. They are not thinking like Liverpool fans. And we are incredibly commercially successful being the best team in England without being the best team in England, and that will do for FSG. They had the opportunity, for example, to compound the success of the Boston Red Sox in 2018 when they won the World Series. They didn't take it. They had the opportunity to compound the success in Liverpool in 2020. They didn't take it. They build great businesses and not great teams. And that's a very, very good summary of where FSG stand. And it reminds me of Arsenal, that Arsenal constantly were finishing in the top 4, but they never challenged for the title because they never invested in the transfer market. And Arsene Wenger eventually got sacked because the fans grew restless and eventually other teams moved up past Arsenal. I really fear for Liverpool's future if this is the trend going forward. So Neil Jones wrote a brilliant article on goal.com. If you haven't already, make sure to check it out. Next week will be Jurgen Klopp's 7th year anniversary of becoming a Liverpool manager. It has been a wonderful journey, but this season's Liverpool reminds me of that early Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, where they were panicking at the back and they were all over the place defensively, and it was just not convincing. And what is really, really shocking is that this is a very expensively assembled Liverpool team. Even though we needed more investment in the midfield area, it's still a very expensive Liverpool team, highly trained, highly coached, and yet they are an absolute shambles defensively. Let's hope we can put it right against Rangers tonight, because if we don't, then after that we play Arsenal, Rangers away and Man City. Those are 3 of the toughest fixtures. Rangers away for Liverpool is going to be very tough because Rangers will be treating that game like their biggest game of the season, their cup final. And what is staggering is that last season in the Premier League, Liverpool weren't trailing until game week 32 when we were 2-1 down at Man City, and that game ended in a 2-2. This season, we are 7 games in in the Premier League for a Liverpool point of view. We have been training 5 times. If the Premier League finished, every game finished at half-time, Liverpool would be bottom of the league. Bottom! We would have lost 5 out of the last 7 games if the games ended at half-time. The only game we would have won would be the Bournemouth 9-0 result, which seems like a freak result considering how the whole season has been going. That is absolutely shocking that Liverpool have been behind 5 times at half-time in 7 Premier League games. That simply is unacceptable for a huge club like Liverpool. And Neil Jones is also very adamant in his criticism that Liverpool will do well to even finish in the top 4 playing like this. While their rivals get better and better, Liverpool find themselves stuck frustratingly in neutral. They know exactly what they need to do, exactly what they are capable of, and what their manager expects of them. But for whatever reason, the wheels aren't turning as they used to. Their problems are too many to count. Key players are foundering, others are struggling to step up. The energy has gone, the foundations have weakened. The growing suspicion is that if this isn't a team in transition, then it is one in decline. I really hope that's not the case, but so far it looks like it. It looks like Liverpool have a major hangover from last season. The cost of the incredible quest of trying to win the quadruple and becoming immortals in the history of the football books. Both physically and mentally, it has taxed Liverpool. They fought so hard for so long, it looks like it might have taken everything out of them. But that's a cheap excuse in my opinion, because Man City have been doing this for years, fighting on every front, winning every trophy, and they don't look exhausted after an almost quadruple winning season. They had a season like that a few seasons ago. They don't look exhausted at all. So why does Liverpool look exhausted? But you can clearly see a drop in intensity, and also the Liverpool high pressing game has been very patchy and not cohesive as a team, and not as organized as it used to be. Even Jurgen Klopp said after the Brighton game that it was horrendous, it was horrible to watch Brighton play through Liverpool so easily. And Jurgen Klopp was very honest. He said, we are under pressure, we don't try to increase it every day, but it is there, we want to improve, but that only happens when we perform. And after the Ajax game, Liverpool thought that it will kickstart their season, but we are back to square one after Brighton. Maybe the international break came at a good time, but a lot of Liverpool players were exhausted after the international fixtures. And Jurgen Klopp said Henderson, Tsimikas wasn't 100%, and Darwin Núñez was having a hamstring injury, that's why he only played a few minutes. And FSG have to realize that they absolutely have to back Jurgen Klopp in the transfer market, in the January transfer window. Otherwise, Liverpool are in real danger of missing out on the top 4, and that would be disastrous for the immediate future. Neil Jones is 100% correct that Jurgen Klopp didn't get enough support in the summer in the transfer market. A new midfielder was an absolute necessity, and the cost of that has been seen since then. Liverpool are better than they are currently showing, but they are now going to need a fair bit of surgery soon, with contracts expiring, key men aging, rivals making big moves. In the meantime, all they can do is try to work and play their way into form. This team isn't dead yet, of course, not by a long way, but the warning lights are certainly flashing. They have been since the first whistle at Fulham in August. The question is how much damage will be done by the time they get the season going again. Let's hope we can start it against Rangers, and if we could beat Arsenal somehow on the weekend, the game is at Anfield, and usually Arsenal don't do well at Anfield. Hopefully Liverpool can turn the corner and kickstart their season. But when you see this tactic, then you might wonder who is responsible for this. Trent Alexander-Arnold playing as a midfielder, is an inverted fullback, but he's coming inside, and this is what annoys me the most. Jordan Henderson running forward to play as a striker. What on earth is he doing? Who is instructing Henderson to run into the box so many times? And when we inevitably lose the ball, Fabinho and the 2 centre-backs are scrambling against 4 attackers. Salah also too wide. Why isn't Henderson overlapping Salah? Or why isn't Henderson here where Trent Alexander-Arnold is? Why isn't Salah here where Henderson is? And why isn't Trent here where Salah is? On the right wing, whipping the balls in for the striker. This is what I don't understand. Salah wide, Trent inverted, Henderson attacking the box. This pattern of play needs to stop. Trent wide in good crossing areas and Salah pinning defenders or attacking the box. That's much better than... and this is an attempt to fix a system that was never broken. Why are we changing the system when last season we got an almost perfect season? Making tactical changes to your system for the sake of it, which then makes your best players away from their potential areas. I mean, look where Trent is and look where Salah is. It should be the other way around. Trent should be here, out wide, and Salah should be in the middle. And also look at where Henderson is. Is he playing as a striker again? And there are so many instances of this. During the season I noticed that when Liverpool go on the attack, sometimes Henderson has like a light bulb going off in his head and he's running forward to play as a striker, running into the box, when he needs to protect the area behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. He needs to sit back and wait for, a potential counter-attack. Another instance, we are 2-0 down against Brighton and Trent is trying to beat the offside trap as a striker when Salah is out wide. It should be the other way around. Again, I just don't understand what Liverpool are doing with this. Trent should be at least in line with the widest part of the 18-yard box and he should be whipping balls in from the side and not going into the center. But also we need, of course, settled Darwin Núñez in the team as well, and Jurgen Klopp himself said that Darwin Núñez didn't settle yet because of his free game suspension, and Jurgen Klopp had a long chat with Darwin Núñez as well. And I would start Darwin Núñez against Rangers. I think he needs a confidence boost, he needs a goal, and Jurgen Klopp revealed that he held long talks with Darwin Núñez. He said of course he's still adapting, he's good, new players come in, everybody talks about them and wants them to shine immediately. That happens from time to time and sometimes not. Only on Sunday we had a long talk with him through the assistant manager Pep Yinders, because my Portuguese is still not great. We just told him we are really calm. It's really important in our situation that he isn't looking like he's worrying or whatever. And he probably is not flying because the team is not flying as well, and that makes it not easier for a striker, especially for a finisher. It's not that we aren't creating chances, but it's not like everything is clicking and we put in one player and he finishes our situation off. That's not our situation at the moment, as much as I wish it would be. And also, of course, the free game suspension didn't help Darwin Núñez. He was in a good moment. He scored a goal against Fulham on his debut, and then he gets red card and all his momentum came to a halt. But hopefully he can rediscover his goal scoring form, because I think he's still a brilliant striker. He just needs the game time and he needs to get fully fit, because he has a small hamstring injury at the moment as well. So I'm really looking forward to the Liverpool-Rangers game. Come on Liverpool, let's beat Rangers and let's get back to winning ways in the Champions League. And also a new Liverpool Career Mode episode is coming tomorrow because of the evening Champions League games. I didn't want to upload a video just an hour before the Champions League kicks off, so most people won't be on YouTube during the Champions League. But tomorrow a new Liverpool Career Mode is coming, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.